In the living room. Right back, guys. What up, everybody? And it's Tuesday. It's late. I mean, it's literally late this time. I been busy dealing with sick kids and life. It's fun. It's been one of those days. But I didn't want to pass by without doing the recap. I mean, I myself am not feeling like the best, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You're the commish. I've been doing pretty good this year. I mean, week 8. It's week 8. It's the recap. Let's roll those highlights. Both kids are both awake still, so it's kind of just like, oh my gosh. It's gonna be one of those nights. It's 10:30. They're not in bed yet. Hey, guess what, guys? I got everything working sort of, kind of again. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Let's start off with the first game of week 8 is me, aka the Mandalorian, taking on Luis's Hi Guy. And you know what? It's just been that type of year for Luis. He's not doing too good. He's hasn't won a game yet, and this week is no different. I mean, you look at the final score there, 131-82, and yeah, if you look over here, actually, wow, I actually got it like sectioned right. I did it right this week. All things, you know, pretty good for me. Jeremy's writing me right now on Snapchat, so there you go. So I'm gonna do there because you can see that. I'm just gonna, oh no, maybe I can fix it. I'm just gonna move it up just a little bit. Sorry, guys, but I'm just a popular guy, and everybody keeps writing me. I just don't know what to do. You see there, Gordon Minshew gave me nearly 24 points. I got 19, almost 20 from Chark. 19 from Diggs, man. For once, all my receivers showed up this week. Galladay with a big 28-point output for me. That definitely helped out a lot. You see there, like the one kind of bummer there I had there was Edmonds with 3 points on the week. He ended up injuring his hamstring, I believe. So I'm on the verge of dropping him probably, so we'll see what happens with that. Guys, if you want the real reason why your dog follows you everywhere, check out Daily Choices, sponsored. They do not sponsor the recap, though. They sponsor Yahoo. And get some weird ads on here. So, yeah, you look at Luis's players. I mean, he had Kyler Murray, I believe. Yeah, Kyler Murray with only 10 points. Michael Thomas there with 27. One of the few shining lights for him. Yeah, Marlon Mack with 16, I believe. Chris Thompson, sorry. Jeez. It's been a long day. 0 points. He didn't play. Just not a good output. I mean, if you would have started Kirk and Carr, you probably would have been better off just a little bit, but you still would have lost to me. You got Metcalf there, too, on the bench with 16 points. So you do have some players there, Luis. I think you'll get a win soon enough, just not against me. I'm glad it wasn't against me because I would have been very embarrassed. You dropped to 0-8. I moved to 4-4. It's amazing, man. I can't believe it. Good turnaround for me. Moving on to game 2 of the week. Los Bangers taking on Joe's Su-Ting Clan in a low-scoring affair. Final score 97-85 there. Joe loses another one. He's been a rough couple of weeks for Joe. He actually picked up Jones. I had dropped him earlier in the week. That's really surprising. Yeah, I wonder if that video is not playing because I have this streaming to the recap here. It's an interesting concept there. Video within video. Probably hit with the copyright claim on there. Deshaun Watson for Alex showed up. 27 points there for him. Juju Smith-Schuster, almost 21 points there, and those are the shining lights for Alex. He gets the big win, 97-86. Good job, Alex. Joe loses another one, drops down to 11th place. I think he's been in 11th for a couple weeks now. Moving on to Saquon the Chef taking on Jose Bravo's football. Bravo doesn't recover. I think he beat me a couple weeks ago, and I'm still a little bit mad about that. But guess what? You lose this week to Chris. Killing it again. He's got a great start to the year again. This guy knows how to play some fantasy football. Aaron Rodgers there, 27 points. 16 points from Tyler Lockett. 28 points there from Saquon Barkley. Good job there. Golden Tate with 16 on a good output. And 17 points from that San Francisco defense. That's going to help out a lot. Moving on to game 4 of the week, draft day losers taking on undisputed era. Jeremy's still in first place, I believe. He puts up a low score for him, 109 points to 95, closer than what he probably wanted it to be. You got a couple of downers, so you got Rosas here with only, I believe, 2 points on the day, and Valdez Scantling with a big fat 1.4. 5 points from Irv Smith. You might want to rethink your role players here, Jeremy. You did have 3 players on bye, so that did not help. 3 of the Dallas players he probably would have been playing. He is playing Tom Brady at quarterback, and he's got an interesting dilemma going forward. Does he continue to play Tom Brady? Does he play Dak Prescott? I believe Prescott's putting up more points, but Brady just got Mohamed Sanu, so the options are definitely opening up more for him. Going over to Johnny there, I think he's having a kind of a rough year too. He had a big fat 0 from Kamara. I'm not too sure what happened there. Since declared, he was just inactive. So he was just inactive for the week. Sonny Michel with only 7 points. Jordan Brown with only 10. Jacksonville did have 15 points for him, so that definitely is definitely a good point there for defense. 21 points from the New England defense, and they're just killing it. That defense is insane. I don't know what's going on. That was a great pickup. That New England defense, do not let them go. Good Lord, Joey shows back up this week. Oh my God, I thought he was going to take the week off, but no, he didn't. I ran into him at Walgreens last night. Guy is looking mighty, mighty fine. Good guy, Joey. Beats Freddie 176 to 132. Couldn't make me any more happy to see Freddie lose. I'm always happy to see Freddie lose. Look at all these points for Joey's team. He doesn't even know what he's doing, and he's killing it. 41 points from Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones went absolutely off again. Man, look at this. In week 5, Aaron Jones had 49 points. And then this week he had 41. That's insane. I don't remember a running back doing that in one season. Another big game output from Mike Evans, who put out 42 points this week. Another 40-point effort, 45 points back in week 3 against the Giants. Good Lord, that's a good team. Does have Christian McCaffrey too, who put up a measly 27 points. And you look over at Freddie's team, not too bad. Freddie's going to recover. He's going to start playing some teams. And oh my God, you even look at his bench. Look at Freddie's bench. Emmanuel Sanders there at 12. Gordon with 11. 21 points for James Winston. You should have started him over Rivers. Why are you starting Rivers? Oh no. Adrian Peterson there with 12. 13 points from, I think, Duke Johnson. Yep. And a big fat 0 from Westbrook because he is questionable. Freddie, you have a great team. You put up a good point. 132 points is usually pretty good. We're just seeing some insane point totals this year. And I think it has something to do with a lot of those 40-point games. And in the final game of the week, we see Sartinson, another big high score, 165 points. I thought I was doing good. I had 130-something. I was like, whoa, I'm going to be up there, 131. I mean, Freddie would have beat me, but he didn't. But Sartin just killing it too, 165 to 105. Beats out Gabe there. He doesn't realize he's playing either, so he doesn't even know. You got Latavius Murray there, big point output, 36 points. Fournette with 20, Godwin with 10, Julio Jones with 25. It's him and Calvin Ridley on Atlanta, and Matt Schaub went completely off, so that was pretty good. Matthew Stafford there with 24 points at quarterback. I don't know if you guys can hear my poor little daughter. She's crying her face off. She's like, Dad, stop doing the recap. And I will, because enough scores and highlights, right? Let's hand out some Week 8 awards. Starting off with Green Elite of the Week. Guys, looking at the scores here, I'm going to have to give it to Bravo. Put up 78 points this week. Disappointing for Bravo. He had a rough week. Not only did the Cowboys not play, but his team also loses. So we just lose for Bravo. Shocker of the Week has to go to... do I see a shocker of the week here? Not really. Me. Let's just say shocker of the week goes to me because I keep on winning. Not that I keep on winning, that I won again. And I beat, I take that back because I beat Luis and he's lost every game. Really no upsets this week. All the top seeded teams won. It's hard to top that. And player of the week. So, officially, Week 8, no shocker of the week. And player of the week has to go to Joey, who's still in second place, but he gets a league high 176 points. Let's look at the standings before we move on. Jeremy still at the top of the leaderboard there at 7-1. Shiver Me Timbers at 6-2. Sarkin Sun also at 6-2. And then you got two teams at 5-3. Let's take on the Chef and Los Bangers. King Moves, Football, me, and all at 4-4. So that rounds out the top 8, which are the top 8 is the Magic 8 because that's the playoff spots, which you got to start thinking about. We're 4 weeks away from playoffs. A month away. In a month's time, I'm going to be talking about the fantasy football playoffs. That is bananas. So check that out. All right, guys, going into our Pick'ems League. Looking at the final standings. Ain't nothing but a Pick'em thing, still in first place with 81 points. I'm close behind with 79 points, and I think I had a pretty good week this week. And let's take a look at how well I did. I haven't picked this week's yet, so I don't care if you guys see that. You see I got the Vikings right, Seahawks I picked right. For once, I picked the other team to beat the Falcons. I usually pick the Falcons to win, but man, it was hard for me to pick them. I should have picked the Bills. Did not do that. I should have picked the Bears. I didn't do that either. But it was like the majority picked Bills, majority picked Bears. I was, oh no. I'm sorry. I picked with the majority, but we were wrong. So there you go. Lions, Science, I got right. Colts, Rams, Saints, Jaguars, 49ers, Patriots, Texans, Packers, Steelers. I got all those right. So a pretty good week for me in Pick'ems League. I'm still behind, man. I'm gonna get there. I will catch you, Chris. Johnny A to Z there with 77, doing pretty good, and picking 8 easy at 76. 2 Girls 1 Cup at 70 in 5th place. 6th place, Lucky Charms at 60. And the last two teams we weren't picking anymore, Antonio Clowns and an Undisputed Era rounding out that top 8. Man, guys, we are going fast and furious. I love it. I like it. Let's look at this week's matchups. Let's go to week 9. Let's see what we got going on. I'm taking on King Moves. I'm currently projected to win, but we'll see what happens there. Look at that low point total. All around the board, low point totals for projections, but I feel like a lot of teams are on buys, and those are going to change after tomorrow. You see Luis here taking on Los Bangers. I think this is going to be Luis's best chance to win. Yeah, I think this is going to be Luis's best chance to win. I don't see anybody on the bench that Alex has except for Ingram there, who might go off. You never know. Yeah, you're gonna sub out. You're gonna sub out Ty Johnson, right? Ty Johnson. Yeah. So your point total isn't gonna get skewed. This is Luis's best chance to win. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying his best chance to win. Also, Suting kind of taking on Saquon the Chef. That should be a fun one. Joe's got some moves to make. I think he has a lot of players on bye. Yeah, he has Woods on bye. And that's about it, actually. Interesting. So even with a player on bye for Chris, who has Todd Gurley on bye, he's still managing to project at 100. Whoa. Not looking good for you, Joe. Just going to leave it at that. Let's see what you have. Well, you got Houston. They're projected at 0? So is San Francisco. That's kind of weird. I wonder what's going on with that. That seems to be an error in maybe the projections. We got Freeman projected at 9, Ebron at 6, but I don't see who else you have at tight end. You don't have another tight end, so you got an empty spot there, Joe. You might want to consider using it. Freeman, it's rough. I think Joe's just having a rough year. You know, all around. All around. We're going back into the matchups here. That's Joe versus Chris. This is great. Draft the Losers taking on Blackbeard's Delight. This is scheduled to be a close one. Johnny is yet to set his QB, but you can kind of see that he has... Whoa! Johnny doesn't have a backup quarterback. Should be a very interesting week for Johnny because let's look at who our quarterbacks are, who are left out there. Tannehill, Moore, Fitzpatrick, Allen, Casey Keenum. I think that's probably who you're going to pick up, right? You got Trubisky there. You never know. You never know. Did I pick Baker Mayfield first and then Trubisky? Stupid. I don't know why I did that. Interesting. It's going to be a little... But Johnny's still slated to... he's projected to win. Yeah, it looks like the defenses aren't have projections yet. That's kind of interesting. Freddie has Freeman and Cup on buys. Does he have adequate backups? Well, he has Emmanuel Sanders and Melvin Gordon. He's going to do all right. I think he's going to be okay. I think once he subs those in, you're going to see that point swing. Bravo taking on Jeremy, aka Undisputed Era. Jeremy has no players on bye. Somehow only managed to project it at 100. Doesn't make any sense. I think these projections are way off. I don't know what's going on with them. Final game of the week, Joey taking on Brandon. Whoa, and Joey's projections are always like way high, and rightfully so. His team is absolutely like how often do you see a player projected to get 25 points? That's just saying they're gonna run all over the Tennessee defense. Oof, that is insane. But Brandon slated with 65 points. He has Julio Jones on bye, Latavius Murray on bye, Austin Hooper on bye, who's also on the Falcons, Calvin Ridley on bye. Do you have any players you got? Nope. I think you're going to lose this week, Brandon. So sorry to let you know. So it should be fun, guys. That is it for now. Be sure to check me and Jeremy out on the GoFo podcast, available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Spotify, and wherever else you may find or download or stream your favorite podcast. I'm trying to think of what else I have on the top of my mind. This Saturday is Extra Life. If you guys want to donate, check out the links. We have them on our Facebooks. We have them on our Twitters. Ree and Jeremy are playing video games, raising money for the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. We're playing for UNM Children's Hospital in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's a hospital I hold very near and dear to my heart because when my brother was a infant, he had a lot of health issues with one of his feet. He was actually born with his foot kind of like turned in a little bit. It was a little like slightly deformed because the way his foot was pushing against my mom's womb at the time. So when he was a baby, he was this little baby, and he had to put like a cast and like restructure one of his tendons so that like his foot would grow properly as he aged. And it was pretty cool. I mean, that was back like in the 90s. So I do have personal experience with that hospital because I remember being there a lot when my brother was there, and it's any little bit helps. $1, $2, $5, $10, $25, $100, whatever you feel in your heart. You can donate to me. You can donate to Jeremy. Doesn't matter who you donate to. Just if you have it in your heart, guys, donate some money to that. I know there's a lot of stuff going on. So hope to see you guys on Extra Life. I'll be streaming on Twitch. And look out, me and Jeremy are going to be putting out some WWE 2K20 vids on YouTube as well. So if you guys are interested in those, we'll put them up. So, yeah, guys. So on that note, set those teams, pick those picks, and I'll see you right here next week on the recap. Laters.